friends, it is Jenna, what is up, and welcome back to the Board Game Garden, and welcome to the start of a very exciting series, because I am officially redoing and revamping the Board Game Garden headquarters, I guess, basically my basement. If you guys have not seen my basement before, basically I have the main board game room that is on that side of that wall right there, and then I have my office here, which until very recently it was kind of half my YouTube editing office and then also half my Planting Roses office, which if you guys didn't know, I had a stationery company and recently I've officially shut it down. And so the entire office now is devoted to the Board Game Garden, as well as the board game room. So I'm going to be doing a series of videos redoing and revamping these two spaces. So I have the board game room, the Board Game Garden office, and I'm so excited. I do want to give a huge shout out to Allplay at the start of this video. They are going to be the main sponsors for this series. Huge thank you to them because they are sending me some stuff to help with this whole series and just making my space as amazing as possible. So a huge thank you to them. I will have a link to Allplay down below if you guys want to go and check out their website. They have affordable board game tables. If you guys have ever seen my board game table, I have the Jasper table from them, and I have had that since 2022. And it has just been amazing since I have gotten it. So yes, I've always been a huge fan of them. So yes, I am very happy and excited and thankful and blessed for being able to work with them again. So yes, we are starting off this series with this first video here, which you guys can obviously tell that I am going to be doing a makeover of this room that we are in right now. And I've had a hard time trying to figure out when to actually start this video because this is going to be a long process. I've actually already started the process, and that was a few months ago when I actually cleaned out the Planting Roses side of the room and kind of made space for another board gaming table because I was actually having a board game day or board game weekend with a bunch of people and I wanted to be able to fit another table in here for more games. So I put a table in here for that and I have since taken it out, but we are going to quickly go back in time and I'm going to show you guys that whole process. So let's go. Hello friends, what is up? It is past Jenna, like I said, and I'm actually in my office right now. I haven't started filming this video yet, but I'm going to be doing some things for what I'm doing in this video right now. So I figured I would film a little bit of it for you guys. Basically, this is the office that I'm in right now, which is right beside my board game room, which is over here. So you have board game room, you have office. There's also a guest bedroom, which is currently being used for a lot of storage, but in this video we are going to figure everything out. But yeah, I'm actually having a board game day tomorrow with some friends. There's going to be a total of 10 of us, and I have the board game room, which we have space for one table where I am right now and then the actual board game table. But with 10 of us, I fear that there might be some situations where we need 3 tables. So I am needing to figure out a way to get a table into this room so that if that happens, we have 3 tables, which I think I am just going to use one of the tables that I have in there and just, they're currently standing tables, so I'm going to have to lower them a little bit. And then probably bring some chairs from upstairs or something. But yeah, I figured I'm going to be starting the process now, I guess, of clearing out my office for this makeover video that you guys are watching right now. So I'm going to take you guys along as I do that. So currently in a Snuggie. I actually don't know if it's a for real Snuggie or an Oodie or I think it's just from Amazon, but it's very cozy. But I do think that I'm going to have to take it off eventually because I'm getting very warm. The puppies are underneath my desk. Penny's on the other side. Penny, can we see you down there? She's in her bed. Hi, baby girl. These dogs love my office. It's kind of funny because I say in the morning, it's office time, and then they come running down here to the office because it's just their favorite place. But anyways, I'm going to set you guys up and we are going to start clearing out this office. Basically what I'm going to try to do is take a lot of the board game unrelated stuff from here, put it into the guest bedroom for now, and then the guest bedroom has some board games in it. And then I'm also going to have to bring in some other board games from the board game room, but like there's some board games here and there as well that I'm going to bring all into my office, because that's going to be where more board games are going to be stored eventually. So anyways, let's do this. All right, friends, so I have finished kind of turning this into a board game room for the most part. Again, the babies are here underneath my desk, their favorite place. But this is definitely not the final version of this room. I am, in this video, you guys are going to be able to see, I'm going to be doing like a whole transformation of this space. This kind of back wall here is going to be another filming area. I will probably have this table in here still, but I might just move it up more. I might like put it that way so that I have like a table to sit in front of. We will see. I also was thinking about doing like a cozy corner instead of doing a board game table, but I still want to keep this in here. I don't know. We will see what ends up happening, but I ended up putting a lot of like my prototypes and stuff over here. I put a bunch of board games over there, and then I've scavenged together, I don't know if that's the right word, a bunch of chairs to put in here. I have like 2 of those stools, and then this chair, and that's just gonna be it for tomorrow, for the board game day. And then for the rest of this video, you guys are going to see the rest of the progress with this room. So let's go back to present day Jenna. So that is currently where I'm at with this room right now. Another thing that I do want to mention is that I did get a giant beanbag chair, which I will show you guys some B-roll right now of me getting that in the mail, but I did purchase myself a giant cozy beanbag chair and it has been the best thing ever. Honestly, I just needed a cozy space here in my office to be able to sit down and read rule books. I feel like reading rule books is a huge part of the job and I just needed a space that I could go and sit and be comfortable and be able to read multiple rule books. So that is my space, that is my cozy corner. I will be implementing that into videos in the future once I do finish off this makeover. I really want to have like a cozy corner kind of vibe for some of the videos. So yes, that'll be where my cozy corner is going to be with that big beanbag chair. But yeah, you guys can probably see it in the corner over there. Look at that beanbag chair. Oh my gosh, the best thing ever. So that has been another thing that I've gotten into the room or added to the room since doing that other segment. But yes, the reason why I've actually started this now is because we are taking the next step, which is paint. This is one thing that I've wanted to do for a really long time. I am painting this room a dark color, which I have always loved dark walls. You guys can see here that I have a black accent wall on one of my walls here. I also have a ton of other black accent walls around our house, and I've never actually fully painted an entire room dark to really bring in that cozy feel. I'll put in some of like my inspiration photos of what I really want this room to be, and Francis doesn't love dark walls and like all dark walls. So I don't really want to do this in any other room aside from my office. So I'm going full force, I'm going into it, and we are doing a dark green for this room, which I feel like just is perfect for the board game garden. A dark green is like literally just the branding and we love it. So I have two different greens here that I'm trying to figure out which one I want. They literally look the exact same right now. But this one here is Vogue Green, and then this one here is Secret Garden, which Secret Garden is a little bit more on the warm side, which I think I'm leaning towards this. My only thing is I did a little poll over on my Instagram, and most people, I think it was like 55 to 45%. 45 said Secret Garden, 55 said Vogue Green, but I think I'm still gonna go with Secret Garden. I love the name of it. I also just feel like the warmth will go better with the kind of things and the floor and all of that. So I do think that Secret Garden is gonna be the one that I go with. And yeah, I'm so excited. I also am trying to figure out if I want to paint the ceiling. I don't think I'm going to paint the ceiling. It's currently white as well. And then I also have this kind of jut out at the top that I think I'm going to keep white as well. I think it's for like ducting in the basement. So I think I'm going to keep that white as well, but all of the other walls are going to be painted dark green, and I am just so excited to see how it turns out. And we are actually about to go and head over to Sherwin-Williams to pick up all of the stuff that I need for that. They're actually having a 40% off sale right now. So your girl's like, okay, let me go get all of my supplies for that and maybe some more just for some future painting. I also think I'm going to get some black paint for our front door because I painted our front door black 2 years ago, but the finish of it ended up being really shiny. It was like a super gloss or something, which I just did not like at all. So I do want to repaint it in more of like a flat matte finish. So anyways, let's go to Sherwin-Williams. Join me for this fun little journey. I will also be doing another video for the board game room, and let's get into this, shall we? friends, what is up? Apologies for the awful echo, if it is echoing. I feel like there's probably going to be a lot of echoing in this video because this room is a lot more empty than it typically is. But we're on to the next step of this project, which, like I said, is spackling the walls and then starting to paint. Which, like I said, we have a lot of furniture in this room, so I can't actually take all the furniture out and paint the whole room at one time. I'm gonna have to paint one wall and then move some furniture, paint another wall, move some furniture, so on and so forth. So I do think I'm still going to spackle the whole room first because all of the holes in the walls are generally just like around your eye level, most people's eye level. So I can kind of just go around and work around the furniture. So we're gonna do that, and then we are gonna get to painting very soon. The dogs are going crazy. And Francis is coming down here. Hello? Hi! Were you guys just outside?
Yeah, did you not see his paws?
Oh my goodness.
They're covered in grass.
Oh my goodness. Oh, they got the green paws. friends, what is up? Welcome back. I actually think this is a good spot for me to film as well. With the Allplay shelves, I do think that there's going to be a new kind of filming setup in here with those that I can film at. Typically right now I just film in the board game room in front of the shelves. You guys know the setup, but I feel like I can switch it up and do some videos here. I can also do some videos over in front of the Allplay shelves on my beanbag chair. That's going to be like the cozy setup. And then this one, honestly, like doing a lot more vlogs and stuff, it's just really nice to have more setups of different places that I can, you know, play games, film vlogs, all the things. So it's nice to have this setup here, which I think is pretty nice. I have about an hour and a half until dinner, so I think I'm going to start building these Allplay shelves, and then I might just finish the Allplay shelves tonight, and then film tomorrow, but I do need to sit down and film some videos this weekend, so I'll have to do that at some point. But yes, that's everything. I'm going to play some music, we're going to start building some shelves, and I'm so excited. I cannot tell you guys how excited I am. I did have to like get the picture of what the configuration of the shelves are for my setup that I kind of configured myself. Basically, if you guys do not know, the Jasper shelves are like customizable. So you're basically going to go onto the website, which I will have the Allplay website linked below if you guys are interested in checking out the Jasper shelves. But they do have a kind of program that you can go onto and customize these shelves. You can buy a bunch of different size of these different shelves. They come in a bunch of different sizes. There's also some like different things that you can add into the shelves too, like shelves and like shelves within the like boxes. And then also there's like cupboards and like this like X kind of thing that you can add into one of them to do like play mats and stuff like that. I think I'm going to do something different with playmats in the board game room, but yes, it's very customizable, and I need to remember how I configured everything for my shelves, so I do have a picture of it. But I think it's really cool that they're so customizable, and you can really create a setup of shelves that works for you and your games, and really customize it to like every single one of your games to make sure that everything fits. So yes, I had a lot of fun configuring mine, and I'm excited to see how it looks in the room. Anyways, I'm gonna stop yapping and we're gonna get to building these shelves. up? Welcome back to the next part of this video, the next part of this journey that we are on together. I am officially finished constructing my Jasper shelves, which, oh my goodness, that was so much fun. I am actually a huge fan of constructing furniture. Fun fact, I love going to IKEA. I love constructing IKEA furniture, and the Jasper shelves were super easy to construct. All the cubes just simply have some screws that you screw in with some Allen keys. They feel really sturdy, and then you have these other kind of two things that screw together that actually keep all of the cubes together. Francis did help me with a few of the top ones just to help get those up there, and everything is secured and good to go. And yeah, overall, such a good process of putting those together. Very easy, and I'm really happy with the way that it looks and also with the configuration that I came up with. I cannot tell you guys how excited I am for this next step, which is we are going to go into the board game room, and I am going to go through the collection and collect all of my favorite solo games, games that I love to play solo, and also games that I want to play solo within the near future. I'm going to bring them all into here. I have a lot of board games, and it's starting to honestly overwhelm me a little bit, and I feel like this kind of segregation between having all of my solo games in here and then all of the other games out there will really help me. I'm hoping, like, mentally to not get as overwhelmed with the amount of board games that I have in front of me, because whenever I get overwhelmed, I honestly just shut down, which I don't know if anyone else deals with this, but if I'm overwhelmed, I will shut down and not do anything. So it's like I'm overwhelmed with the amount of games that I want to play, but then I'm so overwhelmed that I just don't end up playing any. So I feel like this will be really good, bringing in all of the games that I love to play solo into here. I don't think I'm going to bring any like heavy Euro games into here. We will see. I'm not like really sure how many board games I'm going to be able to fit onto this. I feel like I will be able to fit more than I think. But I also did add in some shelves to add in some smaller games. I did bring some smaller games in here already just to measure where I wanted the shelves to be for the smaller games. So I have some in here already, but yeah, I think I'm going to keep a lot of like the bigger Euro games out there because I more so play the bigger heavy Euro games multiplayer as I do solo. I typically don't get those kind of games to the table solo. I do every once in a while and I really do enjoy it, but being realistic with myself, I know that I really enjoy medium weight and lighter games when it comes to playing solo. So yeah, we're gonna go out there, I'm gonna decide which games to bring in here. I'm gonna pile them all over here, and then we're gonna get into organizing the shelf, which this is one of my favorite things to do with board games. So I am so excited for this. Let's go and do that. I'm freaking pumped. So this is the current state of the board game room, which I do think that you guys have seen it like this because at the start of this video, I brought all of the games that I had in my office, stacked them over here, and I did film that. So we have to go through all of these games. We have to go through the two shelves behind me here, this shelf here. I have my unplayed games shelf here, which I actually do want to take some of the games off of this shelf that I can play solo, that I've been wanting to play solo, that I haven't had a chance to. Bring those in there. For now, I think I'm going to stack everything onto the table, and then I'll start hauling them into my office, and then we can start doing some organizing. So I think this will probably just be a sped up time lapse of me going through, because this video I feel like is already going to be the length of a movie. So yes, let's go. Let's pick out all the games that I like to play solo, shall we? So it is now the next day. I have hauled all of the games into the office, which you guys can see here that I have a line here. I also have a ton up on the table that are all of the smaller box games, and then I also have a bunch over on another area, and I honestly don't think that all of these are going to fit on this shelf, but I wanted to bring in all the ones that I would maybe consider for this shelf, and then I'm kind of going to choose from these ones which ones I'm actually going to put on the shelf, and then any that I have left over I will put back into the board game rooms. So yes, super excited to start this process. I have no idea how I am going to do the shelves or like organize the shelves. I do know that I want to put like games together, so all from the same publisher and all from the same like box size and stuff like that. I will probably put some of them together that are the same mechanisms, so I'll put all of the like roll and writes together, so on and so forth. But we will see. It might just be a mishmash of everything, just to like make it look appealing, because I want this room obviously to be the most like aesthetically pleasing of the board game organization. So I am going to choose the games that will look best on the shelf, and then obviously the ones that I enjoy the most playing solo. So let's start this. friends. So I quickly wanted to show you what the office is looking like right now. This is kind of like the bare bones, what it's looking like before I decorate. So this is my computer setup here. I have some shelves here, which I put 2 shelves, but I like connected them in the middle so it looks like one long shelf. We have all of the art up on the walls. This is my computer setup here. Then I also have my little thing on the wall. I forget what this is called, but it's from IKEA and you can get a bunch of fun attachments for it. I'm very excited to decorate that in this shelf. But yes, we also have the board game wall here of the Allplay shelves, my little cozy corner, which I put up these shelves and stuff to make it look good on camera, and it looks really good on camera, so I'm excited about that. We have these prints here, which I got these from 2 small businesses and like artists, so I will link both of them down below, but I absolutely love both of those. I think it looks really nice with them kind of vertical in the center there. And then we have this here, which is like a little spot here for some of my other games. These are like unplayed games as well as prototypes and games that I need to cover on the channel. And then we have my calendar up here, but I did quickly want to show you guys this. And then the next time you see this room, I will have all of the decor and all the final touches completed. So let's do it.